Hi everybody, Angie back. I hope that you guys are doing well. So before I even get into the subject matter of the video, surprise! This is the surprise. It's a haircut. I had to get my haircut for my sister's wedding that's upcoming, and I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to say, if it wasn't obvious, that this is what the surprise is. I hope that you like the hair. I still don't really know what to do with it, but I'm just kind of letting it do its thing. But anyways, that's a surprise. Yeah, mixed feelings about it, but I'm feeling better, so that's good. But anyways, on to today's video's topic, which, as you can tell from the title and the thumbnail, it is another Barista Basics video, but specifically my favorite drinks, my favorite seasonal drinks. And obviously we are in summertime, so this is the summer edition, summer 2021 edition. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So to start off, I'd say probably the drink that I get most often is actually a drink that I mentioned in my spring favorite drinks video, I'm pretty sure, which is an iced latte. I get it with brown sugar syrup and white mocha. So usually I get this in the grande size. I do 4 full pumps, I should say, of the brown sugar and 2 pumps of white mocha with blonde ristretto shots. Sometimes I add an extra, so it would be 3, but most times, at least in recent times anyways, I've been sticking just with 2, just the 2 that come in the grande regularly. And then I have been doing that with oat milk, of course, because I'm still obsessed with oat milk. I don't think that obsession will ever die. It really is the supreme alternative milk, in my opinion. So definitely a must. But yeah, that's basically the drink that I've been getting most often. It's a really great caffeine boost, as you can imagine. And also just tastes really good. Like, it's a win-win. So that's definitely been my go-to. Even when I don't really want espresso, to be fair, sometimes I just am craving it because it tastes so good. But that's definitely my favorite of this season. But besides that, I have also really been into just a regular strawberry acai refresher. We were out of it for a while, which was disappointing, which is why I elected to go sort of a similar but different route with the next drink that I'm going to mention. It kind of was like a replacement for it. But when we do have the strawberry, I really enjoy getting it just with no berries, of course, because they're a waste of time. But I enjoy getting it sometimes with the lemonade, but since we've been out of lemonade recently, like my store is currently still out of lemonade, I kind of been really messing with just the water, cutting the acai base. I like lemonade, but I think I'm becoming more of a fan of just the water variation. So that's definitely been another popular drink for me. And obviously I do modify it, of course, because it's me. I can't just have it regular. I like to add just like a pump or 2 of classic in there just to sweeten it just a little bit. And then I also like to add a pump of vanilla or 2, just because I love vanilla flavor, and it helps to add a little more sweetness, which it doesn't need because the juice, like the strawberry juice base, is pretty sweet as it is. But if you know anything about me, you know that I have a sweet tooth, at least for sweet drinks anyways, something fierce. So definitely a must for me. Basically vanilla in anything is almost a must. But yeah, so I've been super into that as well. Now, to talk about the drink that sort of acted as my replacement for when we were out of the acai base, I've been getting, I should also say it's not a replacement in the sense that it tastes similar to it, just a replacement in the sense that I find it equally as refreshing, which is simply just a black tea lemonade, back when we had the lemonade anyways. And I would just honestly get that pretty much straight up. I would do, but instead of the liquid cane sugar pumps, I would just substitute classic pumps for it. But besides that, I was rocking with it. Honestly, really good. I've had the black tea just without lemonade before, but I haven't had it in a minute. So I might have to try that and see if I prefer that over the lemonade version too, since that proved to be the case for the strawberry acai. Oh, by the way, I'm looking over here because I went to Starbucks earlier and I got the drink that I just mentioned, the strawberry one with a little bit of vanilla and classic. Oh, it's so good and so refreshing. As you can tell, most of it, well, not most of it, but some of it's gone because the ice melted, because it's brutal out here. It's literally so hot. And I couldn't resist, and I had to take some sips while I was walking home, as one does, you know. But I'm digressing. So, yeah, black tea, lemonade, when we had the lemonade, was a great substitute for kind of a refreshing drink, such as the strawberry acai refresher, for me personally, anyways. Then another drink that I'm getting, of course, is the pink drink. Pretty sure this has been mentioned in every single one of these like favorite drinks videos so far, but it really does hit. But I kind of have been going back and forth between doing either the oat milk version that I do or doing the way it's supposed to come with the coconut milk. I've been kind of, you know, flip-flopping between those two. They're both, I think it just depends on my mood. They're both equally as good, but actually, that's not true. I think that the one with oat milk is better, but sometimes I just get sick of it, you know? Not sick of it, but sometimes I want to have something else. Basically the same thing, but just a little bit different. But sometimes you need that, right? So that's what I've been getting. But if you haven't watched any of the previous videos, I can quickly explain what I do to my pink drinks. So basically, I like to do a little more of the... We got sirens out here. I like to do a little more of the strawberry acai base as opposed to either milk, the coconut milk, or oat milk. Although sometimes with the oat milk, I do it half and half because I find that that balance works better. But most times I end up doing just a little more acai than the other component. I do it without the strawberries, of course, because again, they're a waste of time. And then I also like to add some vanilla in there, you know, because in case it's not immediately obvious, but I am a sucker for vanilla flavor. And then is that all I do? Yeah, I just add some vanilla into it, and that's about it, and it's really good. I'm pretty sure in the springtime video I mentioned that I add raspberry syrup in there, which I would probably still do if we had raspberry, but it is one of those syrups that is a part of like the planned shortage supply thing or whatever that Starbucks is still going through. So unfortunately I've not been able to add it, but do note that I probably would add it still if we had it. But yeah, so those are probably, how many drinks have I talked about? Probably the 4 main drinks that I have been getting. Are there any other honorable mentions? Well, of course, I think this is the same for all of my fave drinks videos, but matcha always will have an honorable mention if it's not included in the top of the list. Just because she's always there for me, you know? I can always rely on matcha for a good time. And to reiterate that, usually I do that in the venti size. I prefer it iced. And I use oat milk typically. And I add some pumps of vanilla in there. Oh, actually something a bit different. I don't know if I said this in the springtime video or if even I was practicing this in the springtime video, but sometimes I like to add a little brown sugar instead of vanilla, and that's also really good too. So that's an honorable mention, of course, Miss Matcha, we love her. Is there anything else that I've been... I guess one honorable mention could also be an iced London Fog tea latte, because I do love those still, but I just haven't had it in forever. But I think maybe a week or two ago, something just like came over me and I was like, I want this so bad. And it hit the spot. But now I do it with oat milk. Well, at least the time I did it, you know, the most recently, I did it with oat milk. And oat milk basically just improves anything, in my opinion. So it tasted even better than the sort of original version. I used to use whole milk for it, but I opted for oat milk that time, and it was so good. But yeah, so that's another honorable mention. I've only had it once this summertime, but it definitely hit. Yeah, and I think that's about it. Those are, 5-6 drinks that I've mentioned that I've been really feeling recently this summertime season. I encourage you guys to try any of these drinks if any of them suited your fancy. Again, you don't have to make it as crazy sweet as I do. I just have a problem, clearly. But even just getting the drinks kind of as they are without modifying it, they're also really great too. But it is fun, especially when you get to work at Starbucks, you get to experiment a lot. So that is always a fun time, getting to just like mess around, and you know, you get to just try a bunch of different stuff and really make something that is super suitable for you. So I've been fortunate enough that I've been able to do that, obviously, since I work at a Starbucks. But yeah, again, with that said, if you just get the regular drinks with no modifiers, they're also good too. So, you know, just something to keep in mind if any of them interested you. But that's it for today's video. I appreciate you guys for checking the video out, of course. I hope that you learned something. Question mark, interesting or useful? Big question mark. Probably didn't learn anything, but at least you got to hang out with me while I talked about some of my favorite drinks this season. And I, of course, hope that you guys are doing well. I hope that you are staying safe, sane, healthy, entertained, and motivated. And I will see you guys next week. I don't know what video I'm going to do next week, if it's going to be an HRHQ. It's definitely not an Andrew Taste, because I unfortunately don't have anything fun to taste. Or if it's going to be a Barista Basics video, but we'll see. We'll find out next week. But with all that said, again, I hope you guys take care. I hope you enjoy the new cut. I'm feeling better about it, but it still definitely is a weird adjustment, you know, after like having long hair after growing my hair out for like 3 years, I should say. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.